Good morning, children. Welcome to this session. Today, we are going to start a new topic in the northern mountains, that is, the Himalayan ranges. So, in the previous session, we studied something about the northern mountains and also about some great mountaineers, right? So, we shall continue with the topics in the same chapter. It is the Himalayan ranges. So the Himalayan ranges run parallel to one another. The northernmost range is the highest. It is called the Great Himalayas. The highest peak on it is Mount Everest. Its height is 8,848 meters. It is in Nepal. So how does the Himalayan ranges run? It runs parallel to one another. So the Himalayan ranges will run parallel to one another. So which is the highest range? The northernmost range is the highest range and it is also called Great Himalayas. Understood, children? So the northernmost the Himalayan ranges will run parallel to each other and the northernmost range is the highest range and it is also called as Great Himalayas. The highest peak on it is Mount Everest. So which is the highest peak? It is Mount Everest. Mount Everest is the highest peak in Great Himalayas. So its height is 8,848 meters. So the height of the Mount Everest is what? It is 8,848 meters and it is in Nepal. Kanchenjunga and Nanda Devi are two other high peaks on this range. So on the same Great Himalayas, we have two other highest peaks. Which are they? They are Kanchenjunga and Nanda Devi. So where they are situated? They are in India. So Mount Everest is in Nepal and Kanchenjunga and Nanda Devi are in India. A part of the Great Himalayas lies beyond the river Indus in Kashmir. So in Kashmir, beyond the river Indus, so a part of a Great Himalayas lies. It is called the Karakoram range. K2 is the highest peak in this range. So, in the Karakoram range, which is the highest peak, K2 is the highest peak. However, it is the second to Mount Everest in height. So, Karakoram range, in the Karakoram range, K2 is the highest peak and it is also called as it, and its height is second to Mount Everest. Understood, children? Next, the northernmost region of the Himalayas always covered with snow. Some of these ice masses keep moving down the valleys very slowly. They are called glaciers. So in the previous session, I said that I have explained you about why Himalayas are called as snow of ice, right? So, the northernmost region of the Himalayas also always covered with snow. So, the northernmost region will be always covered with snow. Some of these ice masses keep moving down the valleys very slowly. So what they will do, these ice masses will be very slowly, they will be moving in the valleys. So these are called as glaciers. Most of the Himalayan rivers such as Indus, the Satluj, the Ganga, the Yamuna and the Brahmaputra rise from glaciers. So most of the Himalayan rivers like such as Indus, Satluj, Ganga, Yamuna and Brahmaputra, from where they will rise? They will rise from these glaciers itself. The middle range of Himalayas is called the middle or lesser Himalayas. So the middle range of Himalayas are called as what? Are called as the middle or lesser Himalayas. This range of Himalayas has many valleys. So this middle or lesser range of Himalayas will have more valleys. So what is a valley? The low area between hills and mountains is called valley. So it is a low area or a slope area in a hills or mountains. So Many important rivers flow through this valley and many important hill stations are also situated here. So through this valley, many important rivers, as we said before, like Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra, Satluj and all. So these type of rivers will run through this valley, and also many important hill stations are also situated. Some of these are Shimla, Srinagar, Manali, Mussoorie, Nainital and Darjeeling. So these are the some important hill stations in Himalayas, in middle or lesser Himalayas. The next, the southern range of the Himalayas is called Shivalik range. What does the southern range of Himalayas are called? The southern range of Himalayas are called Shivalik range. These hills receive heavy rainfall and are covered with thick forest. So these hills will get a heavy rainfall. So because of this heavy rainfall, they are covered with a thick forest. Many wild animals like tigers, leopards, cheetahs, sambara and bears live in this forest. So as we have a thick forest in this range, so many wild animals are also living there in this forest. The south of the Shivalik range is called Terai. So what is the south of the Shivalik range is called? South of the Shivalik range is called as Terai. Understood, children? So next, there are number of passes in the Great Himalayas. The Karakoram Pass lies in Kashmir. The Shipki-La Pass lies in Himachal Pradesh. The Bomdila Pass lies in Arunachal Pradesh. A pass is a low gap between mountains. It is a natural way or path that allows people to go across. So there are number of passes. For example, the Karakoram Pass lies in Kashmir, the Shipki-La Pass which lies in Himachal Pradesh, and Bomdila Pass which lies in Arunachal Pradesh. So it is a natural way or a path which allows the people to go across the mountains or hills. Understood, children? Okay. I hope you all have understood this chapter. If you have any doubts, you can clarify with me in the tomorrow's clarification class. Bye and have a nice day, children. Thank you.